This dining set was on its last leg, literally. Here's how I transformed it and how it ended up starting at Tulsa, Oklahoma and ending in Savannah, Georgia. I want to preface this by saying this will be a longer video. This was my very first dining set I'd ever worked on, and a ton of mistakes were made along the way. So I want to make this a lengthy video to explain what my mess-ups were and what I've learned from them. I got this dining set in the end of March and started on it towards the beginning of April, I believe, and I did not complete this until the end of June. I had other projects going on in between working on this dining set, but this dining set involved 5 chair repairs and reattempting to restain the table a couple of times, but I'll get into that here in a minute. So at this point here, we had already repaired 2 out of the 5 chairs. The third one was currently being set up with our wood glue. Looking at this 4th one, I decided it was beyond repair. So I find these 2 captain chairs on Marketplace and ask my friend if it was okay if I swap them out. Her response kills me. That would leave her with 4 chairs that function and then a 5th bonus chair, which would have been one of the smaller ones. Also, shout out to Ty. That's my other best friend's husband. He went and picked those up on Marketplace for me, which I so appreciate. Here's my husband and I repairing one of the captain chairs, and here's me refinishing it. I just scuff sanded with 220, and then I went ahead and painted the chair. Doing the captain chairs was a little bit of improvising just because I didn't want her to end up with 3 chairs, so she gets 5 chairs instead, but I think the style of the chair does complement the other smaller chairs so nicely, and I love how the overall set did turn out, and she was really happy to have the captain chairs. I didn't get much footage of the chair repairs because overall, to my surprise, they actually went smooth. There was a couple kinks here and there. That second captain chair, my father-in-law did help me repair, and we had to put a couple of pins and screws in one of the legs, and that was how we were able to achieve the functionality of that chair. So yeah, I definitely can't take full credit for the chair repairs because I did have help from my husband and my father-in-law, which I so appreciate because I do feel like art is a collaboration and sometimes you have to have help from others, and that's okay. I got a new set of wheels for this table because my friend did really enjoy the original caster wheels that it came with, but they just were not in good shape. So I got black wheels to match the rest of the base, and I love them. The table just glides so smoothly. Now, this is where things start to get really crazy. So I used Fusion Mineral Satin Finishing Oil because I know that it's a very great product and is very durable once it sets up. Even has a built-in top coat. Right off the bat, there were swirly gouges on only half of the table, which must have been caused by sanding. During all this, my sander broke, so I did have to purchase a new sander. I actually like it quite a bit. I tried it out on the table leaves that this dining set comes with. I did a video on how I fixed the sanding mistake a couple months ago, I believe, but I basically stripped the whole stain off, and then I went back and sanded ranging from 100 grit to 600 grit to buff out those swirly marks. And then I restained the other half of the table with 2 coats. And then I noticed this weird streaky part on the table that I did not like. So I decided to add a 3rd coat of the stain, and that was where I messed up big time. This was one of those projects where I kept looking at things and found flaws everywhere I looked, and I just knew that I needed to correct my mistakes. This was in the beginning of June, by the way, so the humidity really ruined that 3rd coat of stain. So I took the whole table back again. Then there was all this trapped moisture, and so then I had to take it back one more time. As annoying as that was, the end result was so worth it. I finally got it evened out enough, and I love how this set turned out. I ended up only just doing 1 coat of the stain, and it ended up being a warmer finish, which I was very happy with, and so was my best friend. Now we are hauling this set of 5 chairs, the dining table and the base, all the way to Savannah, Georgia. This was a 16-hour drive, guys. I had my mom and my 2-year-old with me. It was insane. I I cannot tell you how great this moment felt right here after just months of hard work. And of course, while we were in Savannah, we got to enjoy the sights of the city, even drove to Orlando to go to Disney and meet the mouse. This was my kiddo's second time at Disney World, and it was just such a fun experience overall. If you stayed and watched the whole video, you are a real one for real. Thank you guys so much, and follow for more.